friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Margaret on Margaret's Pearls TV. I keep changing my intro every time. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or otherwise. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. We're a growing community and I cover faith, lifestyle and social issues on my channel. It's great to be back. I've been very busy, or positively busy. And I thank God for giving me strength, His grace, and enablement to put this content out today, especially as this is the Carers Week in the United Kingdom. I come to appreciate, celebrate, and salute all carers all over the world, paid or unpaid, men and women, and young carers as well. By the way, I have worked as a paid carer, and I'm also a part-time unpaid carer. As part of my preparation to change my career path, I worked as a paid carer, and I can tell you, the pay was the lowest I have ever been paid in my working life. In fact, I almost cried when I received my first pay slip. The job wasn't easy, and it's still not easy. So I celebrate all paid carers looking after vulnerable children and adults all over the world. This is your week, carers, and I hope you're celebrating yourself. And you are not waiting for others to celebrate you. I believe in celebrating myself, and your role is very commendable. Some countries have facilities and some don't. However, I have come to learn the importance of the community as we look after our children and adults with special abilities, lifelong and life-changing conditions, and older parents and relatives. I am fortunate to live in a country that assists carers and the cared for person, and also recognize the roles of carers. The Care Act 2014 clarifies and enhances the rights of carers, increases community engagement between local authorities and carers, whilst providing more accessible support and information to carers living in the United Kingdom. As I celebrate carers all over the world, and I also want to raise awareness of your caring role, highlight the challenges carers face and recognize the contributions they make to families and communities throughout the United Kingdom. I also want to help people who don't think of themselves as having caring responsibilities to identify themselves as carers and access much needed support. This year, especially post-COVID, we are facing challenges with our children, changing routines, mental health, and well-being deterioration. We have realized many people are taking more caring responsibilities for their relatives and friends who are disabled, ill, or older, or who need support. They are looking after a family member or friend who has a disability, mental or physical illness, or dementia, and are elderly who need extra help and support as they grow older because they can no longer do what they usually do when they were younger. Permits me to share some facts and figures relating to carers in the United Kingdom. There are approximately 6.5 million carers in the United Kingdom. These are unpaid carers. Every day, another 6,000 people take on caring responsibility. 58% of carers are women, 42% are men, and the statistics for young carers are not known precisely. 1.3 million people provide over 50 hours of care per week. Over 1 million people care for more than one person. As of 2020, Carers UK estimates there are around 13.6 million people caring throughout the pandemic. Carers all over the world need to be recognized for the difficulties they are experiencing, respected for all they are doing, and provided with information, support, and understanding. I love this year's Carers theme. It is Make Carers Visible, Valued, and Supported. Wow. And don't they need to be valued? Don't they need to be visible even with their children or relatives? And don't they need to be supported? They need every support available to them. And we know in some communities, some families would hide their family members living with disabilities when they should be part of the community. But there are carers who are not ashamed to share with us the abilities of the cared for person. Yes, you heard me. These care for people, they also have abilities, they have strength, they have skills they can share with us, and they contribute to our various communities. So we cannot hide them. Caring without the right information and support can be very tough. It is therefore virtually important that we recognize the contribution carers make to their families, local communities, workplaces, society, and faith groups that they get the support they need. As a carer, looking after yourself physically and emotionally is as equally as important looking after others. You need to be well to look after someone else, and you also can achieve your aspirations. Yes, you can achieve them. In the United Kingdom, carers need to know they have rights. Yes, you have rights. Do you know your rights as a carer? I believe unpaid carers and their challenges should be recognized in every country and communities. It's not easy to pursue a career when you are caring for a loved one. Can you also imagine the young carers undertaking their caring roles and yet going to school? Sometimes they get to school very late. Sometimes due to their caring roles, they have poor attendance and attainment as a result. Let us look at some feelings experienced by carers. Number one, depression. Depression is very common amongst carers. Depression is often accompanied by a loss of appetite, poor sleep, low mood, hopelessness, or lack of enjoyment. And if there are suicidal thoughts and self-harm, then the carer should speak to his or her doctor. Let us give tips for depression. Please access talking therapy. Number two, try to be active, but also be real with your feelings. Share your feelings, talk them through. And lastly, speak to your doctor. Carers also experience anger. Carers may feel angry about many aspects of their situation. The unfairness, the responsibilities, and the change in lifestyles, the impact the caring role has had on their lives. A carer will tolerate all manners of irritating incidents even within the home and outside the home. And then suddenly an event could make him or her lose his or her temper and remind him or her of the past. But let us share some tips. Number one, carer, you need to take a break from your caring role. Number two, deal with what makes you angry, either talking to trusted people or writing it down. The third feeling carers go through is guilt sometimes. And being angry with the person you're looking after can make carers feel guilty because the role does not give them pleasure. It is more of a duty and responsibility. In fact, some even resent the cared for person. Depression, anger, and guilt can be very draining. They can take away the humor, erode the enjoyment, and make caring much more stressful. But let us look at the tips that can help you as a carer. Number one, get relief from sharing your feelings with other carers who can empathize with you. Number two, you may feel relieved knowing you are not alone. Yes, you are not alone. Number three, share your feelings with other carers. It can bring some relief as you discover that you are not alone. The fourth feeling carers go through is isolation and relationship breakdown. Caring for someone can lead to severe isolation. Your lifestyle, including social contacts, can be lost. Relatives and friends may be too busy to keep in touch. Others may find the condition of the cared for person difficult to accept and then stay away from you. So it becomes very lonely and isolating. Occasionally, the carer will try to protect the cared for person and themselves from embarrassment by keeping them out of sight. But we need to make our children and adults with disabilities and conditions visible to all for the world to see, because they do have something to contribute to our lives. But let us look at the tips when, as a carer, you experience isolation or relationship breakdown. Number one, share information with friends, families, and communities you belong to. Help them to understand the person you care for, and also the difficulties you're having in your role as a carer. Number two, talk about the challenges you face. And number three, share the positives. We have instances where they make us laugh. Share those instances. Number four, join a network of people in a caring role. This can be supportive as they understand some of your struggles that you are facing. All carers deserve a break from their role, and as a carer, permit yourself to take a break from your role because you don't want to break down. If you don't know what to do, ask those in the same position and they'll be able to enlighten you. Take a hobby as a carer and enjoy that hobby. Go for walks, visit family and friends, pursue your aspiration, your career. It is never too late. Access help available from several agencies. Also, if you live in the United Kingdom, ensure you and your cared for person are receiving all the state benefits they are entitled to. This is the money the government pays you and your cared for person. It could be employment support allowance, personal independence payment, housing and council tax benefit, carers allowance, attendance allowance, disability living allowance for children, universal credit, and so on and so forth. I am not saying you'll be entitled to everything, however, claim what you are entitled to within the law. Request a review of your benefits once in a while. If you are sent a form, complete the form as soon as possible. You don't want your benefits to be stopped. Or perhaps ask for help from experts to complete those forms. Benefits are also subjected to your immigration status in the United Kingdom. If you don't have recourse to benefits, there are also agencies within the local authority that can assist or signpost you for further assistance. As a carer and a social care practitioner, I am proud and I enjoy serving the learning disability community. We also need our various communities, including faith environments, to be inclusive and make reasonable adjustments for our children, adults, and elderly with needs. I pray God continually strengthens all carers all over the world. Please understand that you're appreciated and celebrated today. Please let me know what is available in your various countries. It's been a great pleasure celebrating all carers all over the world, men, women, young and old. And I hope you are able to adapt and implement some of the tips in this content. Please like, share, comment if you desire, subscribe and press the notification button. Until we meet again, stay strong, take care of yourself and each other. It is bye from me. Bye for now.